So I'm here today in the serious part of my comments to talk about why attorneys need to learn what I've learned the hard way, which is that we all know the dangers of talking to the media in the middle of litigation. I've litigated for 40 years. I start out as a litigator nervous every time I talk to a reporter. Why? Because is there any story that you've read where you've been involved, your client has been involved, where this reporter got it right? Very rarely, right? So you know they're going to get it wrong. And if it's the plaintiff's bar and you're a defense counsel, once in a while I'm a plaintiff's counsel, but usually I'm on defense, they know how to do it proactively because they leak their complaint, they get the headline out first, and you're on defense right away. I can tell you that it is very risky for anyone with a law degree who is not practicing law, meaning giving clients legal advice with a bona fide law practice, to allow that person in the room with lawyers in a high-profile, complex case, especially a criminal case, because the waiver of privilege will happen just like that if you assert attorney-client privilege to anyone who isn't a practicing lawyer. And the very famous Koval case created one exception, which was an accountant acting as a translator. That was the word in the case, the Second Circuit case, a translator of tax law to English. Judge Friendly wrote the opinion, and I'm sure there was some tongue-in-cheek in creating one exception. Investment bankers, financial advisors, lawyers who are doing PR and lobbying have all tried to get the privilege and have been pretty harshly smacked down because the privilege is an exception to the rule that everything is discoverable. Just as when a priest hears a confession, there is absolutely no way to pierce that privilege except under the rare circumstances of a mass murderer, and even then, the church will say no. So we start out with the assumption that if you're in the middle of a high-profile case or a low-profile case that might become high, that you have to be really careful talking to the press. But then we go to the other side of the fence. Is there a rule that you have to say no comment, we're in the middle of litigation? Yes. That rule is 100% wrong. There's always something better to say than we decline to comment because we're in the middle of litigation. You might as well say we're guilty, because that's the way the public reads a no comment. And there's something always better without giving anything away that I can recommend to you. We're here to defend our clients or to win our cases, but we're also here to do the big picture for our client. And the big picture is reputation, share value, and the ability for, as one CEO told me who called me, he happened to be the chairman and the CEO of Macy's, I can't go into a grocery store without people yelling at me. Reputation can be lost like that, especially in today's world of the internet. There is no rule in heaven or anywhere else that a lawyer has to allow a company's reputation to be soiled by untrue and often knowingly untrue accusations by plaintiff's counsel or by somebody else with a no comment and no ability to defend yourself in the media. There is no rule in heaven and there's no rule on earth. There's only a rule of concern about risk, which is what we're paid to be concerned about.